what's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy. So, this game kind of came out of nowhere. Not really, it's been sitting on my hard drive for a while, actually. I have played this game a bit already, but I have not made it all the way through, so I just kind of have a general idea of how it works. Not so much a, full-blown knowledge of every aspect of the game. Yeah. But I thought maybe I would do a playthrough of this for YouTube, because, well, part of what prompted this is actually, if you're familiar at all with, Jovenshire, formerly of Smosh Games and such, now kind of off doing his own thing, he, I guess, is directing, I think, a show that's basically like Muppets meets D&D. And with the whole D&D vibe going on, it just, like, I had started playing this game pretty recently just as another one to, like, kind of do while I'm editing videos and stuff, because it lets you, like, you know, it doesn't really do anything unless you act on it. Like, combat is turn-based, and there's no, like, time limit on your turn, so you could just kind of sit there and wait if you need. Anyway, so with this having a D&D vibe, and the show, I believe it's called Stuff of Legends, that Jovenshire is directing and putting out there lately, I just kind of thought maybe I'd hop on the D&D vibe train and see if this could get any traction. Also, I've kind of been enjoying this game, so yeah. Settings aren't really a big deal to me. Yeah, I'll keep those as they are. New game on an empty slot. Yes, please. Choose chairs to add at least 2 players. So, the game lets you start off with 2... Okay, it says I'm starting a new game, but it's showing all of this stuff that I bought before. So, I'm curious if having multiple save files essentially means a new game plus type situation. If so, then dang. This is going to be way easier than I expected. Alright, so, as you go through your character options, you have different, like, names of people to choose from, and those really just affect this particular passive skill here. 10% extra experience points gained. In my previous playthrough, I was giving this one many multiple experience boosts, because, spoiler alert, you can add other party members later on. And this was the last one that I added as a paladin. Not necessarily Mr. John himself, I don't think. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so let's see. Anyway, so you can choose the different names also, and also different roles for them. Oh, so some of these ones I have unlocked just from my previous playthrough. The ones I've used already are Paladin, Warrior, Rogue, Mage, and Druid. They allow you up to 5. I'd be really curious to try out the others. But in any case, so each kind of class has, you know, its own special abilities. Ooh, this one has 2 passives. Huh. I kind of like that idea. I like passive abilities, I'm sorry, I just do. So I might start off with Hunter as one of mine. But then you also have, like, the particular, air quote, name of the character that also affects their... It gives them a specific passive ability that way. So Mr. John gets extra experience points. The nerd costs less to resurrect. I did not realize this at first. I wasn't really paying much attention, but the pizza guy is not one that you want to start with. In fact, the pizza guy is probably the last one you want to bring into your party, because as you see, 50% discount to buy this player, and they only get more expensive as you add more party members. Alright, so we got the Jock, Woofy, which heals 1 HP per turn. Little Brother, plus 5 to initiative. Plus 5 points to health for the Rocker. 50% discount on Blacksmith upgrades for this player. AT, recover 1 MP. Ronaldo. 100% extra potion effect and 5% of lifesteal. Lifesteal isn't a bad thing. Plus 3 bonus to attack and 50% less on player resurrect. Not bad. Reduce threat by 5 and 5% of mana steal. Extra threat and extra critical. That's actually a good one to have on the Paladin. But anyway, extra initiative and extra 8. Wow, 30% extra XP, jeez. Increased damage range? Huh. I'm not even quite sure what that means, but damage range sounds like it would be useful with a hunter that's, like, probably, you know, distance kind of stuff. So, I'm kind of wondering. What? 1 extra point on dice rolls. Extra 2 to threat. Oh, yeah. Bunch of extra stuff on that character. Plus 1 skill duration. Plus 20 MP. And then we're back to Mr. John. Yeah, so I feel like I kind of want to try out a hunter with increased damage range, because that just seems logical to me. Alright, so I'm going to add that player. Alright, now I need to add another player. Honestly, I don't think the chairs they sit in really matter that much. There might be a slight effect as to, like, the turn order, possibly. Alright, another class I haven't done yet. So I haven't done Cleric, Barbarian, Knight, or Witch. I probably want one that's magical in here, which means I would either go with Cleric or Witch. I'm leaning towards Witch. Do magical damage and sleep your target for 3 turns? Huh. The fact that it deals damage and sleeps is interesting. Protect target from the next incoming damage. Restore 3 HP to your target every turn while warded. Life Drain. Deal magical damage to every foe in battle. Restore 1 HP to all group members. Cat Familiar grants you 1 initiative and 2 magic. Huh. Okay. Heal HP. So I could go for extra initiative there, which is... that's probably the main thing that affects the turn order now that I think about it. Extra health. Recover 1 MP per turn. Also, there are a bunch of the actual character names that I haven't even used. I'm trying to think of which ones I have. I used E.T. before for sure, along with Pizza Guy. I think... I'm not so sure about Nerd. I probably used Mr. John at one point. Pretty sure I used Ms. Goldberry as my druid before. And Solo as my... the last one that I brought in. No. Reduce threat. And Mana Steal. Mana Steal would be helpful. Yeah. Let's go with the Mana Steal on the Witch character. Alright, adding that. There we go. So, Alright, apparently this stuff carries over, which I did not expect at all. Okay. That adds mana steal, +1 attack. So, yeah, there are, I guess, permanent things you can buy that will cross over between playthroughs. Didn't know that. And I'm already looking at the time and realizing this is taking kind of a while. Well, I mean, if it's replicating D&D at all accurately, character setup takes a while. But yeah, so there are permanent things that you can add to the game, and I guess, based on what I'm seeing here, they actually carry over across playthroughs, which gives you somewhat of a New Game Plus kind of thing going on. So I've already added the crown here, which allows you to fight more monsters in battle. That really only helps if you're trying to fight low-level monsters to either, like, get certain items or level grind. Can have 5 players at the table. That one is obviously very helpful. Loaded dice. Adds +1 to dice rolls. The hourglass is +1 skill duration, and that adds +1 to all skills. Meaning, like, if you look at the character sheets, I think that affects, like, the passives, and yeah. They already have 1 to everything here. So, I wonder... This is kind of sort of going to be cheating, air quote, almost. But yeah, so I can already add more characters. Add for 10. I've already used... Well then, let's add a barbarian, let's say. Berserk mode. Raises attack by 2 and raises 5 threat for 5 turns. Bloodseeker. 10% of his damage as HP and recovers 1 HP each turn. Leeches 10% of its damage as HP. Oh, that's a passive. Dang. Okay. Another passive. Sharpens his axe before the battle, increasing its damage by 10. Another 3 passives. Dang. A rush of adrenaline. Improving your strength. Raises 10% critical... Anyway, okay. Barbarian. Yeah. Basically, uber berserker kind of dude. So, I probably want a character that is either going to add attack power, like the jock here, or maybe add health. Plus 5 points to health. Plus 3 bonus to attack, and plus and 50% less on player resurrect. That sounds pretty useful. Limit extra point 2 to threat. Lots of stuff there. 8 plus 3% HP, MP, plus 2% HP steal and MP steal, and plus 2% experience. Good grief. That would be good for basically any possible class. Plus 1 skill duration. I think I'm just gonna go with the where is plus 3 bonus to attack and 50%. Yeah. So I'm gonna add that one. Now on the first time through, you don't get this option right away. You've got no gold coins and stuff, and so you pretty much just start off with your first 2 choices. You also don't necessarily have all those particular classes available. Possibly the characters, I'm not 100% sure on that. I think you maybe even unlock some of those as you go. Alright. And I'm already starting to think this entire episode is just going to be set up. But look at it already for the second player. The second additional player. The gold cost is now up to 80, which is an extra 70 or 8 times as much as the previous. So, what class do I want to go with now? Either Cleric or Knight, I would think. Let's maybe go for the Cleric. Weakens a target +2 adjacent foes, for -2 of their attack for 2 turns. Smite a target, dealing divine damage and healing yourself. Single heal that restores 15 HP. Circle of heal that restores 4 HP of all your group members. Okay, so this is very much going to be the healer of the group. So it would seem. With that in mind, I would think, let's see. +1 bonus to its. Although, I don't. Heal 1 HP. Recover MP. It seems like it's probably gonna need a lot of MP, but. Extra potion of. Extra XP. Extra 1 point on die rolls. That could be helpful. Although, I might want to save that for the last one. Because if I'm going with a Knight, what does the Knight do? Gets on the front line, raises threat to 5 for 3 turns, and raises physical resistance by 2%. Attacks and steals 20% HP of its damage. Deals a 20% critical chance attack. And reduces 50% of damage taken until the next turn. Trains 9 a day, raising 3% critical and 5% HP returned from attacks. Raises physical resistance. Yeah. Seems like this is mostly going to be a rather physical type, and so having HP and MP steal would probably be helpful. So I think I'll go with Miss Goldberry, even though I've used that character in the previous one. But I'm using her on the Knight class. And then for my last one, gonna go with the pizza guy for sure, because otherwise it costs $250, whereas now using the pizza guy it's $125. And Cleric class already decided because I haven't done that one yet. Go. Alrighty. Do I have... Okay, so the items don't carry over like this. That's helpful to know. So there are some temporary things that you can buy as well. You can see as it explains each one of them, there's a certain duration, but they can give you extra critical percentage or experience or health or whatever. I haven't really bothered purchasing those as of yet because they're only temporary, and I wanted to focus more so on the permanent stuff, like these. Although I didn't even realize those would carry over between playthroughs. Extra lifesteal. Item find chance. XP is never really a bad thing. Extra gold. Well, I needed that more so in the previous to buy this permanent stuff, but now I don't need that so bad. Extra critical. I'm gonna stick with the experience. In fact, I think I'm gonna just try and max out my experience as much as possible. So I'll go with the comic store guy for my DM here. I had also bought this dude just because reasons. Extra magic, lower resurrect cost, plus 20 health. I guess I'll stick with the plus 20 health for now because none of these... Yeah, I don't... That'll probably just help my character stay alive easier in the early going. Later on, I might switch it up to, like, the shelf or something here. That just affects table items. That's already adding experience, so I'll probably keep that there. Region, +1 experience. Go with that. +2% experience. Go with that. Or I could do this, which would be a very interesting way of going about this. Lose control of targeting for +30. No, I don't like that trade-off, because there are times in this game when you really, really want to do certain things to certain targets. So yeah, I'm not gonna deal with that. And you can only have one book permanently, but one book at a time. Kind of like the DM guy there. Region, attack, random damage range, item find, experience on quests. You know what? Here we go. Gonna max out the experience, basically. Mana Steel, Resurrect cost, Nature Resist, +1 attack. I think I'll just stick with the Mana Steel for now, because mana can sometimes be an issue in this game. Resting Speed, Mining Success, Resist All, Gold on Battle. I'll stick with the Resist All. Okay. This really has been pretty much just entirely setting up the game. Which, again, not surprising for a D&D based video game, in essence. Anyway, let's at least do the first little bit here. All character sheets set up. Extra experience points will be awarded to those who are role-playing. Yeah, they even have this dude talking like a DM would, trying to get everybody immersed. Trying to get all of your personal characters in the game immersed in the experience. Before we start, you should know that you can set the difficulty of this game by increasing and decreasing the amount of monsters you fight. Yeah. So the adventure begins now. As you wake up, you can hear the cold whispering of the wind. You can't remember anything that happened before. All you know is that you're a group of friends locked up in a tower prison for no reason at all, and everyone's calling you assassins. While searching for a way out, you notice that the prison bars have been broken by some kind of magic. As you leave the cell, you face some guards that are clearly unhappy to see you there. Hey, you're supposed to be inside the cell, not outside of it. You don't want to get hurt, do you? Get back to your cell already. I don't know why I'm trying to give these characters voices, but there's a lot of reading to do in this, so I figured maybe I'd actually try and make it a little more interesting this time. Anyway. Ha! You'll regret that. I'm not returning to that cage for no good reason. Get back! Yeah, whatever. Kill 2 guards in 1 or more battles to complete the quest. So, as you're entering battles here, it, most of the time, or at least quite often, will give you an option of how many enemies that you fight at once. And as you move further along, you can see kind of the gauge there going higher up between easy and hard, and the color of the bar also changes as you do that. I only need to fight 2, but 2 should be pretty easy, supposedly, so I'll go with that. Alright, which character is this? This is the knight, right. I can't even remember what half this stuff does, because I was just really quickly going through the character selection. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna attack one of these guys and see what it does. Bam, 2 damage. Archer. Got heart shot and volley. I assume the heart shot aims for the heart, damaging your target and bleeding it. Volley of arrows that deals minus 30% damage on a target plus 4 more foes. Okay, so yeah. I'm just gonna see what the basic attacks do for now and how much damage each one is. Okay. 5 to 7. Alright, so that one's dead. Usually for the magic types, unsurprisingly, they're attack damage is going to be pretty low. But then on the ones with greater attack power, they're going to do more damage. That should be obvious. 114 experience for the party, plus 10% group bonus. Alright. I think I'm just going to go until we get out of this little situation here, and then I'll probably end the episode. I never even told you what game that I'm playing, technically speaking. You probably saw it on the title screen, but this is called Knights of Pen and Paper. Technically the +1 Deluxier edition, which I don't even know what that means in regards to how it's different than the original, possibly. Or is that just some fancy name that... I don't know. Sound the alarm. We have a situation on the 2nd floor. Alarms, yay. I love alarms. Anyway. I think we should sneak past the next guards. Nice roll. You sneak past the other guards while everyone is too busy looking for you. As you reach the first level of the tower, a strange man covered in a dark cloak is waiting for you on his horse-drawn wagon. We shall leave this place for now. Hurry up. I don't know who you are, but we'll have to trust you for now. Strange guy rode with you to Default Village, where your adventure is just about to begin. Ta-da, first quest done. You may choose whichever quest you'd like, but the main quest will be marked with stars. Okay. And that's actually the end of our first quest, then. So, yeah. I guess with all the time setting it up, that's probably gonna have to do it for this episode. I'm already pushing close to half an hour. So, anyway, yeah, there's definitely going to be more action and questing and stuff in the next episode. I may even eventually just skip the side quests that I do, but early on I probably want to include those so you can kind of see a little bit more of how the game works and the various types of side quests that might be available and things like that. But anyway, you'll see that in the next couple of episodes, I'm sure. So, for now, that's going to do it then. As always, like and share if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to get updates when I post new stuff to YouTube. Look down in the description for info on my other social media pages and how to find and follow those and interact with all of my various social media outlets. And of course, below all that, leave your comments with any thoughts that you have on this game, how you want me to play through it, other games that you want me to play, any other video ideas you might have, whatever it is, let me know down below. So, that's it for now. I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you for the next episode, but until then, stay cool, people.